Hello, wizard. How are you this morning? Hello, guys. Kind of really nervous about this scope because I'm going to be talking about something that has been affecting me and why I haven't been on scope. So I'm hoping that this brings awareness. May is Lupus Awareness Month, and I have lupus, very severe lupus. So I'm going to take you through a morning, which is, I don't usually wear this much makeup in the morning. It's just for you guys. Anyway, so I'm going to take you through a typical morning, Monday morning, with me and my lupus, if that's okay with you guys. Actually, I don't care if it's okay with you guys. I'm just going to do it anyway. All right. So the first thing on Mondays that I have to do is, you'll see this. Syringes and stuff like this. Sorry. Okay. Every Monday I take a shot of chemo. And if you're squeamish, you might not want to watch it. But I would like to educate people, have them ask questions. Get to know what lupus SLE is. These are every day, not only Monday, but these -2, because I have to get my Plaquenil refilled today, is everything that I need to take. That's what I'm explaining, where I've been. I've been sick. So I have to take all of these in the mornings, but on Monday, hold on one second. All right. We got those down. Now let's hope they stay down. I have to refill my Plaquenil, which I didn't just take. But there's prednisone. There's a whole bunch of them. But the main ones for my lupus are the prednisone. Yeah. The prednisone, the Plaquenil, and for my fibromyalgia, I take, what is it called? Cymbalta. And then there's Protonics for my stomach issues. And then a couple of other ones. So, those were a handful of pills, -2, of course. Hi, how are you? And then on Mondays, this thing. I have to inject into me. This is Otrexup. Apparently, I have to turn my sound off. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I'm glad to be back on. I'm feeling much better, and I think it's because of the methotrexate. Because it has really helped my joint pain and stuff like that. So, every Monday morning, now if you're squeamish, I mean, it's not really, you don't see the needle ever. So, I'm going to show you how I take my shot. And I don't have any cotton balls, so I'm using the toilet paper. All right, you ready? You need to disinfect. Make sure it's clean. Yeah, I alternate between the stomach and the leg. This is stomach day. I can't take the pills because my stomach problems are so terrible. So I just take this, twist the cap off. There is the needle in there. I don't know if you can see it. Then I go ahead and flip this safety clip off. And then make sure there's no lumps or clumps in this liquid, which there's not. The most unnerving part. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Count 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I put my lid back on so that nothing happens. And then I keep them in a safe place because I don't know where to discard them yet. So I just have them all stacked up. So that is my chemo shot. Okay, so that's a Monday for me. Now I don't do this every day. I just take the pills every day. Like my Plaquenil and stuff like that. But every Monday I have to take the shot. And that will make me probably go down for a couple of days. And I'm hoping that'll stop soon. Let me see how long I've been on it. And if anybody that has lupus can tell me when the sickness stops from the shots, I would be greatly appreciative of that information. Okay, let's see. This is where I keep them because I don't have like a sharps dispenser or anything like that right now. 1, 2, oh, my daughter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks now. I've been on this. Now today I woke up feeling really good. Which I don't normally do. Except on Mondays. And then I take my shot and I'm back down again. So, whenever, but I have, it feels like a prick, like a bee sting kind of. I thought it was going to hurt. They did it the first time in the doctor's office. And it just feels like it's like a little bee sting. Sometimes, I don't know if it's going to do it today. It's doing it a little bit, but it's not showing up on camera. Around my injection site will get really white. I know I'm white already, I know, but it'll get really white. So that's my Monday morning. Now whenever I have flares, which I've been having a lot of, they haven't gotten it under control yet. I will sleep for the whole night, and then the whole day, and then the whole night, and then the whole day, and on and on. But my mind will get foggy. It's what they call a lupus fog. Also, I can't, if I finally get the energy, like my third day after my shot, I start getting energy, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna, do all the things I haven't been doing around the house. Good, good. But if I have to push myself in little increments of, I don't know if you've heard of the spoon theory, but I just recently learned about it and it makes a lot of sense. Basically the spoon theory is I have these spoons. Right. And then every spoon that I use takes away from my energy. Like, okay, I go do my dishes. Not taxing, right? Not supposed to be anything crazy. I do my dishes, I wipe down the table and the counters and everything, and then I get hit like a brick wall with just fatigue. And yeah, then I go to do my laundry. I'll put my laundry in the washing machine, start sweating really bad, start feeling shaky and nauseous, and I'll have to lay down. But hopefully, and my hair is kind of thinning out, which I don't mind and so much because I used to have really thick hair. So, but the good thing is my joint pain is starting to go down exponentially. Like, this stuff is working for my joint pain. As for like my other pains, my body aches, my fatigue, that stuff I don't know how to take away. They have me at a pain clinic right now, which I don't like. I don't like opiates and stuff like that. They mess with me, but they have me on Percocet right now. And I really wish they would legalize marijuana because that has none of the side effects that the Percocet has. And it's just, and I talked to my doctor. I live in Texas. I talked to the pain management doctor. And of course, when you do pain management, I haven't tried that yet, no. Is it? Well, see, whenever I talk to my pain management doctor, of course they're like, you can't smoke marijuana, and we'll drug test you every time you come up to the pain clinic, right? Okay, I will. And I said, but what about my nausea and stuff like that? Like, you're giving me Phenergan and stuff, and that doesn't help. And he said, well, medical marijuana is legal. You're just going to have, in Texas, but you're just going to have to find someone who will prescribe it to you. Because I won't do it, because federally, if they come in, then they could, whatever his whole practice. So he said that I have to, right now I'm just trying to manage my pain until Texas wisens up and sees that people need this stuff. But the bad thing is, like, it takes me out of the pain because I also have 2 bulging discs in my back and I have other things also. The lupus is attacking my internal organs, which causes them to hurt really bad. And I don't know. I just don't like the opioids. It makes me bitchy sometimes, and I don't like to be bitchy. I'm not a bitchy person. But right now, like, I have problems with my lungs. I have problems with my kidneys hurting, my liver hurting. I don't know if it's my liver. I think it's around my liver. Not recently, no. No, my bulging discs are from a previous marriage. But so and it's expensive. This stuff is expensive. That's another thing I wanted to talk about on here was the price of having lupus. Like if you're going to be taking the medications to get your flares down and stuff like that, you have, depending on your insurance, your copay for your not, it's not a primary physician, so you're going to pay for a specialty copay, and that's every 3 months. And then you go to various different doctors who are also specialists, who are not your regular copay. There's also, I was supposed to have a CT scan last Monday. Can't afford it right now. I'm gonna have to wait. So stuff like that. You gotta, and I have to put, my kids' priorities, what they need, and stuff like that. And right now, I'm just gonna wait for the CT scan until a little bit later. But that's also why I make healing jewelry and stuff like that and sell it, and it helps me. Like whenever I'm making it, I can totally feel a difference. But I don't know. This is the face of lupus. And it's lupus aware. If you know anybody with lupus, there's a few types of lupus. There's discoid. There's, I don't know how to say it, subcutaneous, I think. No. I don't know. But there's SLE, which is what I have. There's the kind that affects, when it starts affecting your brain. There's that kind. There's lupus nephritis. I don't know. Your kidneys, whenever your kidneys start like really getting bad. Basically, lupus attacks your immune system. Lupus is your immune system attacking itself. So, anti-malarials, if I can find words, anti-malarials like Plaquenil, corticosteroids like prednisone, and this very light chemo drug called methotrexate are things that can help keep lupus at bay. Other than that, there is no cure for it. I don't know why I have it. I don't know why it decided to attack me. I'm pretty sure everybody with lupus is like, fuck. Like, I woke up. Yeah, I am lucky that I have insurance. I'm very lucky that I have insurance. But yeah, I never expected to wake up sick and never get better. And that's what happened last year. Yeah. But the survival rate now, it used to be a death sentence, and now with all of the medications that they have, most people can go on to live a full life. I don't know how great of a life it will be. I make mine the best I can. There is also the risk of depression and suicidal thoughts with lupus because you feel worthless sometimes because all you can do is lay down. Before I had the methotrexate, my whole body would hurt so bad. My ankles, my elbows, my wrists, my hands, they would hurt so bad, and my knees, and I would have to just lay in bed like cry. That's all I would do. But now that it's managed and getting better, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to cry. So most of the time, there's flares, and the flares they go up and down, and there's different symptoms to different flare-ups. I can't really get in the sun. The heat makes me nauseous and shaky. The cold makes my bones hurt. So, that's my story of lupus. But there are positive outcomes, like I'm feeling better, and I have my husband supports me, and he helps me, and he has never once made me feel like, I'm not contributing or anything like that whenever I'm sick. But he does tell me on the days that I feel good, quit pushing yourself so hard because you're going to give yourself a flare. So, I cannot. He makes too much. My husband makes too much money for me to get on that, but I don't need. He makes just too much money for me to get on disability. I would like to work and contribute something to, society. And it's one day I'm like, oh, I'm going to go get a job. I'm feeling so much better. And then the next day I'm flat on my ass. And my husband's always like, don't just stop with the whole thinking that you're going to get a job thing, because you need to worry about getting better, not working. So, I think that is the hardest part about having lupus, is not being able to contribute when you need to, and not being able to get up and do the things that your kids want to do with you, and having to tell them that you're sick, and then your kid's like, you're always sick. And I think that's the hardest part, not the pain, not the fatigue. The hardest part is trying to make sure that you don't blame yourself, and trying to find every ounce of energy to spend with your kids. Like, I feel like a shut-in because I'm always in my bed, and hopefully soon I won't be. I'm hoping for remission. I've been hoping for a year and a half now. I didn't know it was lupus a year and a half ago, but I've been sick since January of 2015, 14. 2 years. Oh. Anyways, so okay, so May, Lupus Awareness Month. Oh, don't feel bad for me. Be happy. I'm feeling I'm feeling better. I have more. Well, I can't say that I have more good days than bad. I have more, but I have a better outlook, I guess. And I just want to spread awareness. Like, I see these memes on Facebook that says, I'm not lazy, it's lupus or something like that. And I don't know if I've never heard that, because my husband is so supportive and stuff like that. But I know in a previous relationship, I wouldn't be as supported. So if there are people out there that don't understand that people with lupus seriously cannot get out of bed some days, cannot wake up some days, I think people need to research lupus. And if you have somebody in your life that has lupus, whether it be discoid, which is with the skin, or SLE, which is with your internal organs and skin and everything else, where it attacks everything, really research lupus, because they're struggling and they need the support, and they don't tell you everything that they're struggling about. They won't tell you everything they're struggling about. But I'm going to be very blunt and honest in this and tell you, on my worst days, sometimes you just don't want to keep going, but you pull the strength out. You remember that you have children and a family. Yeah, but this isn't like a want. This isn't like a want to stay in bed kind of thing. This is you have to sit down because your body hurts, and then once you're sitting down, you're out. You're sleeping. You wake up 18 hours later going, what just happened? Like, I've dealt with depression before, and I'm pretty sure that I have a little bit of depression right now. But, I'm keeping everything positive, and there is hope for lupus. There is hope for everything. I mean, my diagnoses are lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, Sjogren's, to name a few. So, all of those are getting under control. Usually, whenever you have lupus, you have a few compacted diagnoses. I think that's how you say it. The medications. Let's talk about the medications. The prednisone, which is a steroid, is not good for your liver. None of these are good for your liver. I'm compacting everything into my liver, which is I'm pretty sure is why it hurts around there. But it can make you irritable, shaky, anxious. The prednisone, which is why I want to get off of it soon. The Plaquenil is for your blood and immune system. It lowers it. My methotrexate lowers my immune system. So my immune system right now is pretty much gone. So I wash my hands a lot. I make sure that, people that are sick, I don't get around. Of course, it's uncontrollable when you have kids, but when you have a spouse, it's okay. But there's people out there that don't have like all this support. So like I said, if you know somebody with lupus or fibromyalgia or anything without a support system, be their support system, because that is the biggest thing that's kept me going and made me to where I am today, which is, I'm very happy today, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm actually gaining weight again. So support is a huge thing, like huge. And there's not only lupus, there's mixed connective tissue disease, there's I can't remember the other one, but there's all kinds of autoimmune diseases that need to be put into the light so people can research them and support loved ones that have it, or if you have it. I never knew. I was in denial first whenever they told me it was lupus. Denial. I'm still this much in denial that it's lupus. I know it's lupus, but my brain's like, there's no way you can have this life-altering disease. So, like, people need to be supported. Support is the number one thing. My husband had to tell me to go and actually research lupus. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I remember your reading. I remember that reading. How are you doing in the oh, there was a green flash. How are you doing in the love department now? But where was I going before that? Oh, my husband had me research lupus because he was doing it and I wasn't doing it at all. He was bringing me home berries and lupus food, and he calls it loopy lupus because as you could tell, my brain, it can't really grasp things sometimes to say, but I also have high functioning autism, so that plays a factor in that. So support groups. Finally, I started researching lupus, and I found a couple of Facebook support groups, and I was like, oh wow, okay, so people are going through the same thing I'm going through, like, and it made me feel better. I never thought I was a support group kind of person, but if you have any of these and you're not dealing with it okay, then find a support group because they're really good. Like, they really help. Don't push someone with lupus. If you see that they're having a good day, that just means that they have spurts of energy that needs to be used in, like, increments. And my husband reminds me every time, don't use it all, don't wear yourself out. Don't conquer the world just because you have a good day, because the next week or two you're going to be laid out. It'll just take it out of me. I'm trying to get to the point where I can do yoga again. I tried to do yoga like a week ago or two, and that caused a flare, and it was light yoga, but I'll get there. Maybe just stretching for now. What else? I think I'm gonna come back on later and do a Q&A when more people wake up. So, May, Lupus Awareness Month. Research lupus, all the different kinds. Support someone in your community that has lupus, especially if they don't have insurance or a good support system. I couldn't imagine doing this without that. So I really want to find a way to help those people. I don't know how to do that just yet, but I'll find a way. But for now, I'm starting to get a little nauseous. So I'm going to end this scope, and then later on I will I'm going to come back for a Q&A if you guys want to ask me any questions or anything like that. I'm going to try to be on scope. I'm not going to be talking about lupus a lot. I'm going to be talking about, my usual spiritual stuff. And, so yeah, that is my lupus awareness and my big old bushy eyebrows. Okay, so thank you for being here, Wizard. and Babs. And thank you guys for watching the replay. And I hope you made it all the way through. So yeah. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm okay. I was worried for a little while, but I'm getting better, so there's nothing to worry about. Don't worry. No worries. This is not a worry scope. This is an educational scope. But I will come back on later when the world wakes a little more and do a Q&A. And then I will see you then. Okay? Bye.